Hello everyone, welcome back to the Shrink Shake Pod.
I'm Tina.
And I am Utkarsha, and we're two shrinks who like to shake things up.
Yeah, and if you're new here, thank you for being here. If you've been watching, let's fucking go. But yeah, before we get into today's episode, a very quick disclaimer. This podcast is in no way, shape, or form a replacement for therapy. But if you do need therapy, you can reach out to us by all the information mentioned in the caption below. And there's a lot of content on mental health on the internet these days. And we're just one of those few voices, or one of a lot of voices that are adding to it. But mental health content reminds me, what is the deal with therapy being sold as the one sole fixer in life?
Yeah, I feel like that we've done this for a couple of episodes. We've spoken about therapy, life, etc., etc. But I think what we really need to address is that therapy is great, wonderful, fantastic, fixes a lot of things, but it's not the only fixer. I feel like that's what we're addressing.
Unpack today.
Yeah, but no, like when I don't know actually, like we have come from, like I feel like we're still a very therapy fearing nation, community space. But I do imagine this. A kid is going to a room with their parents, is like, I'm going to therapy.
आपका दिमाग खराब कर देंगे बेटा.
But that's the thing, like that's how therapy is perceived. But on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's been a lot of voice, a lot of noise, a lot of market.
There's maybe a lot of therapy push to the point where it's been pushed to the top, and therapy is now they're like, it's lonely at the top.
Yeah, but it's that's the thing, like therapy exists as a lifestyle thing. It's not this sort of, I don't know actually. Like it's not something that'll.
I have a thing. Therapy is general daycare. It's not ICU.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's
good one. That's what. Yeah.
But when you're in daycare, people can come visit you. People can bring you food. You have other people, other patients around you. उनको वहाँ पे तो patient ही बोलते हैं. But you have people around you, right? There's a host of things happening. ICU, it's like deadlocked.
Yeah.
So like no one can enter this place.
Only
it's
people
just
with
you and the doctor.
Qualifications and
scrubs and sanitized.
Yeah.
And like sure that's important in medical terms. But therapy doesn't work like that. I feel like it's been the shift that you speak about. Like one end is just fear and the other end is just like, oh, it's the only thing that you need.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, and I feel like that's what we're trying to kind of also say, that therapy doesn't exist in isolation. Like in terms of like what the podcast is going to be about, or like the crux yap.
The crux yap. It's a new word. But you get croissants in Paris, you get crux yaps or Shrink Shake. Again, come out with a business idea.
I hope there are like potential VC
investors,
sharks,
मेरी बात watching this. Sharks, मेरी बात सुनिए, मेरी आंखों में आगे ना.
Sharks, please ये podcast उठा लो.
Bringing back self-respect and articulation.
Sharks, whatever,
bitch. Like,
but no, I think like that's the crux yap. The crux yap is basically the fact that therapy doesn't exist in isolation. It does not.
Girl, pop off.
Like therapy helps you build a lot of capacity for a lot of other things that will help you heal.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's very important in terms of getting you to those spaces, helping you build access to that in whatever way, helping you build tools and resources to be able to get to other spaces where healing happens again.
Yeah.
But therapy is not the only form of healing. Like therapy is not one fit solution to everything, I guess. Is that what it's called? One fit solution?
One size fits all approach.
Yeah, something like that.
Like I feel like nothing one size has ever fit me ever. Why would therapy? But I feel like if we consider therapy as a one size fits all thing, then it absolutely denies or defies the idea of what therapy does as a process.
Yeah.
It is supposed to end one day.
Yeah.
Abhi, sure, like be in therapy for as long as you want. I will never leave my therapist if you're watching this. But but the entire crux app is that you need to sort of build community. You need to, again, everything that
Yeah.
you said. And if you don't do that, and if you're just in therapy, what do you think that does for the client and the therapist?
Oh, I feel like it's so much pressure in both,
Mhm.
like on both sides. I think a lot of the times therapy is also weaponized for this reason. No,
Yep.
like if therapy is seen as the only space where you can talk and share and heal and like have that sort of holding in a certain way.
Then it's seen as the only space.
Yeah, then it's seen as the only space. Then
Mhm.
people just refuse and be like, oh, don't talk about it here. Go and talk to your therapist. Don't talk to me about this. Or on the other hand, I'll be like, hey, I don't want to talk to you about this. I'll talk to my therapist
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Are we just then actively taking away the privilege of conversation from people who love us and care for us and who
Yeah.
we love? Like,
Yeah, I feel like I just have one question for you. Have you considered taking this to therapy? I'm really passionate about it. I'm gonna make a documentary. But it's true, I love what you said, like privilege of conversation, no? Because it is a privilege. It
Yeah.
is such a huge privilege to be able to speak to people around you and just tell them what's going on. And imagine that being boiled down to 1 hour once every 2 weeks or
Yeah.
once every week. What do you do for the rest of your time?
Stay
Hey.
quiet.
Hi, experiencing a feeling. We'll take it to therapy. See you soon.
Yeah, like how does that work? Like that's not how we'll function, like ever. And I am the biggest advocate for therapy. I mean,
Mhm.
like we're both like constant advocates for therapy, right? Like I feel like that's something that we do for a living, we
Yeah.
do amongst our friend circles everywhere. And I'll never not ask people to come to therapy
Yeah.
or go to therapy. But that's not the only thing I'll ask them as a therapist, as a friend, in whatever capacity I'm talking to them to feel better. I feel like therapy is one of the things that helps you feel better, but
Yeah.
there are like a million other things.
And it's, again, no, like in very uncle terms, therapy is like our bread and butter.
Yeah.
But you can't eat bread and butter for the rest of your life, bro.
Yeah.
You will need to eat different things. And it's so important to know what makes you feel better, because what if your therapist is on a leave?
Yeah.
What if they stop practicing?
Yeah.
What if the bond just sort of goes away? Anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
And this just reminds me, I was watching this video by this person called, like, their username is etymology nerd on Instagram.
Oh, I love them.
I love, I think pronouns are he, him, but like,
Yeah.
we'll stick to that. But they have a wall, like itna bada wall full of sticky notes of things they like to do. And
Oh.
color coded, right? So yellow is niche interests, purple is experiences. And they said that, this is for me if I'm feeling low. So I can come into this room and have like a map of what makes me feel better.
Oh, that's so
And like my friends
cool.
can come into the room and they can know what I like. And that is so important. I feel like I was just watching this, and I think that is such a great way to go about it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be something fancy. They had a sticky note that said Japanese toilet because they saw a YouTube video on it.
That's
Japanese
valid,
toilets
like-
are great. Japanese toilet companies, if you're watching, give me a call, baby girl. So God forbid a girl wants to poop comfortably. Like, sorry, I guess I'm the
But
worst
no.
person.
But no, that does make sense. And this also reminds me of a conversation I was having with my therapist. If you're watching this, I know you're watching this. So I was having with her, and I was talking to her about the fact that how I am the kind of person who really likes to do things. And we were just like mapping out different things that I've kind of done across the last 5 years, and how there are different hobbies, different classes I've been enrolled in. And I realized that there's not been like 1/4 of any year that I've not been enrolled in a class, whatever class that might be. And I feel like that's only happened because I've taken a lot of therapy in a lot of tough times, helped me build capacity, helped me realize that, oh, these are the things that might make you feel better. And then I'm able to do that. So, and that's been as important to my life as has been therapy. And I feel like that's the point that we're trying to put across, that therapy is not the only thing that will help you feel better. And in fact, if it's being advocated as the only thing, That's a
Yeah,
red flag.
you need to sort of look out for that, no? Because I think from where we come from, therapy has been about helping people coexist with what's
Yeah.
happening. Now, if we administer therapy as something that's only going to be for you and you get to only be yourself in that, then you're just existing in a very
Yeah.
soundproofed, baby-proofed bubble.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen, right? Like
Yeah.
you'll at one point you'll have to go back into the real world. And this is
Yeah.
a callback. I'm not being a millennial. But this is a callback to another episode where we sort of speak about how therapy helps us practice things out in a bubble,
Yeah.
which is safe and holding, but then you sort of get to leave it.
Yeah.
But yeah, coexistence, right? I think that's so important because therapy should also coexist with other things in your life.
Yes. Like if therapy is the only place where you're feeling understood and heard,
Yeah.
and that's if your therapist is your only best friend and your therapist is the only person who understands you, then I think that calls for a lot of reflection as to what's happening in the world outside of therapy, right? And are we taking that to therapy, working on it,
Yeah.
and building a world for ourselves where we feel seen and heard?
And I think like some of that responsibility also lies with therapists,
Yeah.
no? Because like you do get to have that access. Okay,
Yeah.
what is social support looking like?
Yeah.
And then if you feel like you're having to fill in everyone's shoes,
Yeah.
you don't have that many feet, bro.
Imagine a therapist is like 20 feet. That's just uncomfortable
Me.
to sit.
What's the pedicure situation?
How much money does it take? Is
Do we charge for like one person or feet per pair?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Pedicure is
If you were to ever
tell us and we'll probably send you bills.
who have 20 pairs of I feel like therapy might
Bringing
not
back
exist in
articulation.
isolation. We really should.
It's true.
The amount of what are they called? Side quests. We're side quest maxing in every episode.
It's true.
I love side quests.
I love side quests.
There's no bringing back pronunciation, but side quest maxing, no?
Yes.
That is important.
What about it?
But it's so important.
And it's so much intent. Like, what about it?
I am coming to my said intent. Wait for it. But you should always have like 5 side quests going on in therapy, is all I'm saying. 5 we need like 2.
Yeah, I feel like 2 is good.
2 side quests, really important.
Yeah.
What are your side quests as a therapist and as a client?
As a therapist, definitely a lot of meme sharing with my clients.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like a lot of food recommendations.
I'm going to show you down because I have so many. But one at the top of my head is like TV show recommendations. And you know, if a reference is coming up a lot, I will make sure to sort of keep up with it.
Oh yeah.
And then because it might seem like a small thing, but then it offers so much context as to what a person likes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like that's a thing, right? That as a therapist, if the pressure of therapy being the only sort of fixer in a person's life was put on me, I would take a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Not that we don't take responsibility right now. We of course do, and that's a part of our job.
I feel like that's another podcast.
Yeah,
on its
own. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that it would really put a lot of pressure on making sure that I am protecting the client. Where my job is not to protect them. My job is to kind of facilitate a lot of their quests with them, right?
Yeah.
And on the client side, I feel like if therapy is the only space where I feel like, oh, this is the only fixer in my life, then I'll also limit myself a lot. No? Like
and also there's so much room for resentment.
Yeah.
Like the moment something goes wrong in therapy, and this can go for everything. Right?
Yeah.
Like if your work is your entire life, and one day your boss gives you bad feedback, that means abhi to life has crashed. And then if the same thing happens with therapy, what other avenues are you left with to take the discomfort that might come there?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
So for even therapy to work, you need other things.
Yeah, I'm very stressed. This sounds like a very toxic relationship.
It's true.
With your therapist.
Is therapy bad?
No, no.
Organizational behaviorists, if you're watching this, I feel like I'm done with this sitch.
Therapy is great, but your therapist can't be your only friend, fixer, the only relationship in your life. I
Yeah.
feel like that's not going to help your therapist. That's not going to help you. Your therapist might be your only safe space for a little
Sure.
bit.
Of
Yes,
course, we can give you
if
that.
if there's a lot of chaos in the life outside, if there's a lot of pain, again, I think disclaimer important as we speak. We're not speaking from a space of speaking for anybody who's coming from a lot of trauma.
Of
Feel
course,
like our work is
100%.
very sensitive. We work with a lot of trauma. None of this stands for that. This stands for just like the general dialogue around therapy on social media, and that's what we're
Yeah,
addressing. I think like that's
100%.
the
I
thing.
feel like everything that we say here has a lot of nuance to it. It
Yeah.
doesn't exist as like a surface level opinion. You
Yeah.
Like, ये बोल दिया अब final हो चुका है. But again, I feel like as you said, no, that disclaimer is really important, and I feel like you were building onto something.
Yes,
I
I
kind of
was
ate
saying,
onto that. I was like, what the fuck am I saying?
stop eating my words.
Bring back starvation. I guess. Bring back verbal starvation.
Better, thank you. But I think like that what I was building onto was the fact that if your therapist is your only friend, the only relationship in your life that holds, the only space that you kind of go to for
Yeah.
everything, right? Like then there's a lot of, it can be a cause for a lot of pain, and then you're also expecting the healing for that pain to kind of come from there, and that's a very messed up situation.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of I don't know the word. I know the
It's a
feeling
lot
of
of push and pull.
more than that. I feel like it's a lot of khichdi in the same space.
Khichdi. Yeah, yeah.
Khichdi. Like
I
it's,
feel we're big advocates of using whatever feels comfortable to describe a feeling. Our
So the
go-to
feeling
word
that-
is gitch pitch.
that's what I was about to
Gitch
say.
pitch.
It's a lot of gitch. It's a lot of so that's the thing. And then I feel like that it's very important to
Yeah.
for the therapist to also realize that
Bring back
bringing back voice,
Voice.
modulation.
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 Therapy is
But yeah, I feel like
Your
the
words.
responsibility lies on me as a therapist.
just you. Guys, the podcast is done. Anytime you feel like you're being a bad therapist, clients feeling there's so much pressure, Utkarsha Jagdal. Call Utkarsha Jagdal. She will fix it.
I am just talking for myself and
The responsibility lies on me.
lies on us
Not
as therapists. Why? Community. We're speaking for the community. Lies on the community to
the community is outside of it, not me. But sorry, I'm just being rude.
being a menace at this point.
Go on,
Anyway,
then, love.
I'm bringing back a lot of thoughts which have been hijacked by a therapist here who's bent on not fixing my life.
Bent. Is it not clocking to you that I'm bent on business? But taking away
Now
the
you
funnies.
complete my
Taking
point.
away
Go
the
ahead.
funnies. Sure, I'll complete. What was it? I feel like the responsibility lies on us as the community. आपको तो पता ही है.
To make sure that we're able to kind of expand that
Yeah.
space for the client now, and keep checking in on them, keep kind of building that space in a certain way, whatever way
And
feels
keep
safe.
visibilizing the
Yeah.
space that is sort of there, also stretching it.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
And then if more people have come in, which is like, oh great, like what is
Yeah.
this person adding to your life? And then sort of build on those things, because again, people are always going to be in a place of wanting to help
Yeah.
themselves or be better.
Yeah.
You just need to be like, that's what's up.
I know it's also like a very white colonial idea,
Yeah.
no? That therapy is this one room, one person. That's it. That's what's healing.
White people thrive on power that is solely
Yeah.
like rooted in individual
Yeah.
norms.
And it doesn't work for us. We're a big community of just people.
Yeah. We're people.
Okay, so I think like that's what the point that we're trying to get put across
Yeah.
since the last few episodes, I feel like, is that aloneness, loneliness, lone wolf
It will not
ideology,
take you-
it's not going to take you anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not what we're selling here at any point of time.
It's not going to take you anywhere because you're not going to have anything to travel with. ट्रेन आपकी कोई नहीं चला पाएगा, बस आपकी कोई नहीं चला पाएगा, कंडक्टर आपके पास है नहीं, गाड़ी अगर आपके पास हो गई, गाड़ी इसने बनाई. So if you're just existing in the middle of something with nothing, then it's not going to take you anywhere. Even if you have one person with you, like two brains are stronger than one, but then you can also have access to a host of brains.
Yeah.
I sound like a parasite now. Brains, no mom. But again, community real good, real important.
But that's the thing. I feel like that if I have to kind of also summarize or like come to the grand yap,
The
in a
grand
certain
crux
way,
yap.
the grand crux yap is also this, that I will pose a question and then you tell me how you go about it. Is that if somebody also comes in, right? Like if somebody comes in expecting therapy to be the fixer or expecting therapy to be like this one space where, you know, like it's magically going to, I don't know, heal every part of their life. What are you going to tell to a person like that?
I think, of course, it's something that takes a lot of time, right? Like, because the intent really seems to be present there that, oh, I just want to feel better.
Yeah.
But I think how I go about it is that you sort of nudge the person in a way that they understand that this is something they've been doing all their life. That maybe just the fact that they've ended up in therapy is because they got to hear it from someone. No, a friend told them, a family member told them, or the questions they're asking in therapy, or even just the fact that they can bring this up. Maybe someone told you. No, so it's not like we introduce a new practice that you need people around you. It's just again bringing light to what's already been happening.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
in the face of us being told by whoever benefits from it, that therapy needs to be the only thing. In the face of that, to bring light to that, you know, more things around you. That's how I go about it.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense because that's the basic understanding, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like our social media, Instagram, everywhere is trying to kind of also take us away from facing discomfort or taking or like having a lot of conversations with people in our lives.
Yeah.
And it's telling us that, you know, like all of this should be all of this should be done with a professional who's trained to have these conversations. Yes, sure. But doesn't mean that you don't have these conversations outside, right? Like we've been trained to have difficult conversations, hold difficult emotions, have that space so that you understand that it's possible to exist with that difficulty.
Yeah.
Take that understanding outside, hold those conversations with people, untrained people, I think.
Yeah.
And then build the capacity with others also. Like I think that's the core point of what we're also trying to get across, that therapy is a good space to model a lot of behavior, then take that behavior outside and build your life to be richer. And therapy is like that sort of tool to that. Therapy is not the one place where your life will
And
be
it's
richer.
also, again, no, like it's okay if therapy doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be in there. Abhi, like if we're on the topic of trained and untrained professionals, I don't think my grandmother was a trained medical professional, but I know all of my headaches would be fixed if she would give me a remedy. So, you know, simpler things like that. Like not saying I sit with a friend and unpack, I don't know, years of core mental illness, but but you are very much allowed to talk about these things to people around you. Just
just like, and of course, like I think again putting it across the nuance of consent, the other
Of
person
course.
having the space, you know, making sure that you're safe in that relationship.
Guys,
all of
can
that
you all
exists.
read a book?
Like all of that exists. But at the same point of time, like therapy is not the only place where you should be having difficult conversations. I feel like therapy helps you have those difficult conversations, understand the consequences of it,
Prep for them
teaches you,
almost,
preps you for those conversations, and then you take them outside, have it, and then build more relationships with that. Difficult conversations are important to our life. They are the core part of why relationships work, how they work. Therapy helps you practice them, you take it outside and have it outside and build the capacity for them. So, it's a lot of words.
The grand crux, final side quest boss is read a book. Go to therapy or not, people around you are always going to be important. And I've really simplified it. अगर अभी तक आपको समझ नहीं आया तो आप पूरा podcast फिर से देख लो यार. But yeah, is
But
that us?
yeah, that's what it is about. That you make friends, communities, have hobbies,
Yeah.
go to other things that help you feel better, while have therapy on this side, because that's going to kind of make the other experiences richer. Like therapy is like a great
It's a
creamer
great
in a
add-on,
great
yeah.
coffee. Like
Yes.
you're having like great coffee, that's your life, and therapy is like a great, fantastic, gut-friendly creamer that is there.
क्या बात.
That's
love
the grand. Yeah, your therapy is not a coffee, it's a creamer.
Therapy.
Coffee companies watching this. We're ready with a plan actually.
Creamer company is watching this. I feel like creamer company just sound horrifying. Creamer companies consider changing your brand. But that's us.
That's us. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.